Welcome to Tough Questions, the show where we don't shy away from controversial topics and discussions. Now, recently, a trans man actually placed first in the San Diego Men's Nagathon. And this has actually become a contested issue, leaving some people asking the question whether or not a biological female is at an advantage while competing in the men's nagging division. Jennifer, I'm gonna throw to you first on this.
Thank you. I'd like to say first, his estrogen levels were actually way below regulation, so there's nothing to suggest that there would be an advantage.
Yes, but there's a lifetime of nagging experience, nagging boyfriends, nagging family members, and that kind of muscle memory, you don't just lose that.
Nagging is already an unfair competition. In my own personal life, I had an ex-boyfriend who was way more naggy than any woman I've ever met in my life. Should he compete in the women's division?
Sure, but that's purely anecdotal. If we look at the averages, they don't have the tenacity or the endurance to nag for days on end, and sometimes they just let things go. The same way women don't have the endurance when it comes to bragging about accomplishments in a nightclub situation.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in here. Some people have actually suggested a third nagging category. Now, is this something the American Nagging Association should consider?
Look, men are already provided the opportunity to compete in female nagging competitions. They just don't do particularly well.
Yeah, but you're acting like there's something nefarious going on. I mean, nobody's switching their gender so they can win a men's nagging competition.
Well, not necessarily now, but if there were more money in nagging, you might see that go up a lot.
I mean, there's no evidence to suggest that that would actually take place in reality.
One thing I did want to mention is that none of the competitors in the men's division have actually voiced concerns, so is it wrong for us to be telling them what they should have a problem with?
Sure, but that's because there are a lot of political repercussions, and voicing your opposition for this kind of thing has a lot of consequences for your career in the nagging arena.
Or you're projecting your values onto those competitors. And until that happens, this is entirely speculation.
Well, all I can tell you is that when he was competing as a she, they came in 35th place. So if that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what does.
Yeah, well, I can give you a list of people who came in 35th place who weren't competing in their birth genders. So that doesn't concretely prove anything.
Okay, let's see that list, Oscar Schindler.
Oh, then
let's see it.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna cut this off right here, and I do appreciate your time and being able to discuss these tough conversations. If we're gonna move forward as a society, we need to be able to have these conversations. Please tune in next time where we discuss the age-old question of who is actually triggered, Democrats or Republicans.
You doing anything later? I'm going to Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. They have happy hour specials.
Are you asking me out?
What?